Welcome to the fifth and final lesson in the Get Healthy course. This is Live Prime. And a lot of what I'm going to cover is based on the book Flourish by Martin Seligman. He is the pioneer of positive psychology, where he was a psychologist who used to focus only on getting people out of depression and back to baseline. And then he turned his focus from taking people from baseline and take them up 10 spots. So first, it was taking people from negative 10 to 0, and then he was focused on taking people from 0 to positive 10, positive psychology. And that's where PRIME comes from. PRIME stands for positive emotions and relationships, improve, such achieve, meaning, and engaged. So positive emotions means you're happy, grateful, optimistic, hopeful, excited. You have equanimity, awe, enjoyment. You have pleasure. You're doing things that you love, that are fun, that keep you full of joy and happiness. And then positive relationships, connected. You have love for family, friends, community. You give and you get. You're connected with people. They're supporting each other. Humans need this. This is honestly what we do best, really. Improve and achieve. You gain skill through practice. You have personal accomplishment or achievement. You hit your bags, just being successful. It's not the end all be all, but it is a part of living prime, winning. Meaning. Pursue meaningful goals, meaningful challenges, meaningful discomfort, meaningful relationships, meaningful activities. And then engaged means you're in flow state, where you're doing a task where the difficulty of the task matches your ability. Your mind is fully engrossed in doing. You are not thinking. You lose track of time. Let's talk about positive emotions. 50% of your positive emotions are determined by genetics. Some people are naturally more positive or optimistic than others. And I can look at myself and my two brothers, and we are each got a different set point of optimism. I'd say my one brother is a little lower than me, just like my dad. My other brother, Joey, is a little higher than me. But guess what? 40% can be improved through deliberate application of positive psychology practice and mind mastery. This is what I've worked on, and I've seen significant improvements in my positive emotions by doing this. So I started at my natural set point and brought it up several notches. This is where we focus. Choose happiness. Decide to be happy. Don't look for happiness. Just say, I am happy. I'm living happy. Cultivate your virtues, limit your vices, build enabling beliefs, weed out negative thoughts and emotions, meditate, microdose, etc. Everything in the mind mastery. 10% is determined by your life circumstances. People assume that it's way more than 10. They think it's 100% is determined by your life circumstances. Who gets elected? That's going to make or break my happiness. No, it's not. Life circumstances, how much money you have, how you feel. 10% of your happiness is driven by that. But people think it's everything. Win the lottery, you're going to be happy forever, right? You lose your legs, you're going to be sad forever, right? Nope. Studies show in a year, you'll be back at your current level of happiness. You go back to baseline. People who lose their legs, they find new purpose. People who win the lottery, they find out it doesn't give them the happiness they thought. And what do you get? What do you really get when you get everything you wish for? Happily ever after? That's what we're taught. No, you get disillusionment. When you're not happy and you're like, why am I not happy? I got everything I ever wanted. Because that's not the secret. So stop chasing that nonsense. Humans are amazingly resilient to life circumstances, and we adapt quickly to things like winning the lottery or losing our legs. But we don't realize that. We think that winning the lottery is going to make us happy. And it doesn't. We think that losing our legs is going to make us very unhappy, losing our children. But we're resilient. We adapt. That's how we survived for millions of generations. More money beyond enough will not make you happier. Pursuing it takes away from a lot of people's well-being. They're just constantly trying to chase more money. It's an addiction. It's not actually going to give you any fulfillment. How many people, like I said, they build a lot of wealth. They don't take care of their health, and they die with all this money, can't do anything to fix their health. Or they have terrible relationships with their family, but they have all the money in the world. Would they trade it? Probably. So losing a loved one, becoming handicapped, etc., it'll make you unhappy in the short term, but in the long term, you'll return to baseline. You'll adapt. We all have a crippling fear of these things happening. That fear affects us more than these things actually happening would. You have nothing to fear but fear itself. That's why fear and cravings are so debilitating, and we have to face them every day. and cultivate courage and lean into the courage and those virtues and stomp out that fear and those cravings. Positive relationships, strong connections with family, friends, colleagues, community, provide support, love, shared experiences, all of which are crucial for mental and emotional health. Relations in prime, often considered the most impactful for well-being, according to positive psychologists. If you ask people on their deathbeds what mattered in their life, relationships, family, friends. What do people regret? Not spending more time with my family and friends, spending too much time working. So let's learn from that and spend our time that we have with our family and friends as much as we can. Good relationships support emotional resilience, provide meaning, encourage engagement, and even contribute to positive emotions and a sense of accomplishment. So strong relationships feed to all the other elements of prime. Positive social connections affect both mental and physical health, enhance happiness, reduce stress. People with strong, supportive relationships live longer. Married people live longer. They're more resilient, better equipped to handle life's challenges. Happiness and positivity has been shown to be as, if not more, contagious than negativity and can even be spread between neighbors and strangers. So be kind and positive to everyone. That's probably one of the best things you can do to change this world is be kind, be positive, be supportive, be a good friend to people, even if they're miserable and nasty. Don't let their negativity be a contagion on you. Let your positivity be a contagion on them. Have compassion. They're suffering. Hurt people, hurt other people. Happy people, spread happiness. So the I in prime is to improve or achieve. Achieving goals, having a sense of success or mastery leads to self-respect, self-confidence, self-actualization, self-transcendence. But it can be a negative if people constantly need to be achieving. It's an addiction. It's a vice. Winning isn't everything. It's great, it's the dessert, but it's the meal that matters, not the dessert. Pursuing meaningful challenges and activities for their own sake and improving at them. Playing the fitness game because you love playing the fitness game, not just to get lean and strong and healthy, but because you enjoy playing it. That provides a sense of progress and competence, which is essential for self-esteem and motivation. It leads to time spent in flow state, which is another staple for prime. Engagement, E. Meaning, having a sense of purpose or belonging to something bigger than oneself creates meaning. Being part of a team, having teammates, playing for your teammates, that's what builds championships. That's how you become greater than the sum of your individual parts. And humans do it better than any other animal. Whether it's through career, family, community, spirituality, or other pursuits, a life with meaning enhances resilience, provides motivation, even during difficult times. Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning. He's in a concentration camp. His family, as far as he knows, could be alive, could be dead. He chooses to believe that they're alive. He chooses his mindset even in the worst of circumstances. He watches those that give up around him die every day. But even in the worst circumstances, he chooses to survive, to live, to be with his family again. And at the end, when he finally does survive, he gets them. His family didn't survive. He moved on. Anyways, he continued living, but he was able to find meaning even in the worst of circumstances. Personally, I find meaning in raising my kids, building my relationship with my wife, my family members, friends, neighbors, people in my community, in this community, in Fit and Prime, working to improve my health and happiness by playing the game of fitness every day, helping others to do the same. It gives me a lot of meaning. I love facing challenges that test my courage, my grit, my compassion, my gratitude, wisdom, optimism. I see these challenges as, you could say, God is throwing a challenge at me. He's testing me. You could look at it and say, oh no, a challenge. I'm going to go hide. Or you could see it as a challenge from God. See it from a challenge from the universe. Let's see what you're made of. Let's test your courage, your grit. Finding flow state. And we'll go right into flow state. Being engaged is flow state. So engagement is about being fully absorbed in activities that use our strengths, they challenge us, they keep us focused in the present. When we're engaged, we enter a state of flow where time seems to disappear, leading both to high productivity and personal satisfaction. So if you're doing a challenge that's too easy, you get bored. If the challenge is too hard for you, then you get stressed out and anxious. But when the level of the challenge is right at the same level as your ability, enter flow state. Repeatedly deploying your highest strengths in flow state leads to more positive emotion, more meaning, more accomplishment, better relationships. You see how all these kind of feed into each other, all the elements of prime. They're all individual, yet they affect each other. They're all kind of linked. More examples of flow state. How I find flow state personally. Put my phone down, be fully present, connected with my kids, wife, friends, anyone else who I'm with. It's so easy just to be like, I'm going to check my phone. Next thing you know, just put it down, be in the present moment. Because when you're in the flow state, you're not thinking about the past. You're not worried about the future. You're right in the present moment. And that's all you have is the present moment. You're not thinking. You're just being. You're being your best self. There's something just so fulfilling about that. I find flow state by exercising, by training, pushing into meaningful discomfort, by speed bagging, meditating, reading, studying, learning, playing video games for some people. But again, flow state can be addictive. And it's a fine line between being addictive and being healthy. I love to design and build stuff in my workshop, create content, just work, problem solve, play games. So, a quote from Martin Seligman, author of Flourish. The takeaway lesson from positive psychology is that positive mental health is not just the absence of mental illness. Mental illness can go from 0 to -10. Positive psychology is going from 0 to +10. And it's a very worthy pursuit. And those are the aspects of living prime.